So y'all want to know the story behind that Snoop Dogg video, guys? This is Sam Dog, the Infamous 253, coming at y'all with a quick video about that. So yeah, back in 2013 that year, I bought a VIP meet and greet to be able to meet Snoop at the end of that show that I saw. Pretty awesome show because he was doing all the old classic tracks. It was during that year that obviously the Snoop Lion phase was going on, but all that night he was going Snoop Dogg. He showed he's still Snoop Dogg, you know? I mean, the Snoop Lion thing was a freaking reggae thing that he was doing with this Bob Marley reincarnated thing, man. So that was still pretty cool. But the story behind that, the girl that got the shout out, her name was Haley, and she went to Wazoo at the time. I'd had a bunch of days where I would go over to Wazoo on frequent trips and party with a bunch of my friends, right? And my 21 run had just been started, so we'd be drinking over there, taking shots, drinking beers, and partying, walking from parties over in Pullman from house to house, other house parties, and then sometimes I'd go over to Stubblefields, which is the bar in the area, which is known as Mike's. So one part, the girl named Haley, I said to her, like, do you think maybe I said to her, I'm going to try to get you Snoop Dogg's autograph. I just want to be nice to her, you know? She was cool back in the day too, and so yeah, she had no idea what would happen. But then during that show, I do something to get a shout out for Snoop Dogg, much like what I did. I do what I always do when I'm at those legendary concerts, right? So I'm able to get Snoop Dogg's attention. Snoop didn't quite know what my nickname was at first, and so I mean, because he didn't know what I was trying to show. I was trying to show the Sam Dog on my hat. And then once he saw that, he's like, you motherfucking rock, double G. He's like, Sam Dog. And he tried to give me a joint. Now, at that time, I had a job interview on Fort Lewis at that time for moving furniture and a bunch of other stuff, though. But, so I didn't smoke it, but, you know, I just wanted to, so I just gave it off because, you know, I wanted to, you know, not get, you know, tested or anything because, you know, trying to get a certain job at that time, you know. But it was an awesome moment. I had other moments like that with Snoop at another show, though, too, but it was just so freaking awesome. And then getting back there later on, so then I dropped the video. I got the camera ready. I'm meeting Snoop. It was like, oh my gosh, he's some odd feet away from me. And so when I finally got to meet him after the show, though, too, before that I met Corrupt and Daz. But finally meeting him, I'm in the moment. I'm just doing my thing as usual. And then when he gets a shout out, and just Snoop just goes off on a big time thing, man. It was just so freaking crazy. Like, it was like epicness. And he said some stuff that I swear he could have said in his freaking movies, especially that last part. And then the last part where he kind of went, my buddy Garen Payton, he goes by the name Payday, his rap name. He's trying to make music and make a name for himself too. Still one of my closest homies too. Garen Payday Payton, man. I tried getting him a shout out. Snoop gave him the shout out, don't do, and then he just freaking take over. He's like, Haley, give him some, let him put it. And he's like, let him put it in. Then the part where he says, if you listen really closely to that, he says, at least let him put the head in. It was like, I was like, did he really just freaking say that? It was a freaking crazy moment where I swear he could have said that in one of his old movies, man. So that's basically the story of that Snoop Dogg video that I dropped recently. I promised an explanation about that one, so there it is, man. It just was a crazy thing, and once I got the profile picture posted, it was just blowing up, man. My friends were loving it, man. It was just one of the biggest parts of the ride. It was crazy as hell. So anyway, thought I'd come at you guys with that video. Finally, I'm going to get ready to go to bed. I got work in the morning, so make sure to like, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. And I appreciate all y'all that decided to come in. Thought I'd finally come out here and tell y'all the story behind that Snoop Dogg video from 2013. So until the next one, if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. Have a good night, everybody.